All right, Blake, we got a lot to go over here. We had some crushing defeats in the last few weeks. We had Ben Griffin losing in a playoff. I had Adam Hadwin last week, and you had JT Poston, who both really should have had a much better chance to win than they did if it weren't for some mistakes. But a couple of heartbreakers, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the Ben Griffin one was like the worst of the worst. That I have never been so dejected after a golf tournament. I don't even know why it was the Sanderson, but I don't know. He had he had a 2-shot lead with 3 holes left
Yeah, that's
on a
insane.
course that you're really not bogeying much.
Yeah. I mean, not to mention all the mistakes he made earlier in the day, too.
He hit 3 fairways.
Yeah, brutal.
Isn't he a guy that peppers fairways? Isn't that his thing?
I think he does, but not he's not good off the tee. He's just kind of like those shorter hitting guys when they start getting loose, a little bit loose, like, and they're gonna have a 180, 190 in from the rough, they're in trouble.
It was weird because he made some big putts during the day, like some 7-8 footers for par, and then he had the 8-footer on 18, and man, that thing just hung right on that lip.
Do you think it was a good putt?
Yeah, kinda. It wasn't I don't think it was like a bad putt. I thought it had a chance of going in. It's just the mistake was made in the fairway when he went. Like you just have to put it 45 feet on the green somewhere there, like he did in the playoff. And as soon as he didn't win, you knew he wasn't going to win the playoff because it was a 5-man playoff. And then to make matters worse, Luke List fucking wins. And I was texting you all week. I'm like, oh man, I think Luke List has some Sepp Straka in him here.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Big Southern boy. And then I just didn't bet him. And of course, he drills a fucking 45 footer.
Was it 45 feet?
It was fucking deep, yeah.
And was anyone else gonna make a bogey?
You mean make a birdie?
No, a bogey. Like if he didn't make that putt, was all five gonna be advancing? Do you think to the next playoff hole?
Oh, as soon as Griffin missed his putt, I turned it off. So, but yeah, I think they all pretty much would have made par. No one had a good birdie look at all.
Yeah.
I think Norlander was like 15 feet, but 5 of it was like in the fringe.
Right.
That was the best look. Everybody else was outside of 30 feet.
Yeah, so that one sucked. And then last week, I had Hadwin who fucking makes a 6 on 16. Just needed to make a par. He was 200 middle of the fairway. I don't know how you come up that far short.
He bogeyed that hole? That's the par 5, right?
Yep, same hole that Poston did on Saturday.
Poston didn't bogey it. I would have sucked dick if he bogeyed it. He'd be in a playoff right now.
I know.
He made fucking triple.
Yeah, Hadwin fucking had 200 in, left it way short in the water, and then he made a great fourth, put it to 6 feet, 5 feet 10 inches, and then Tom messed his shot up and missed the birdie putt, so it was about to be no blood, and then Hadwin misses the 5-foot par.
Oh, that's killer.
And then on 17, he like lipped out from like 20, 23 feet. He almost made that one. It was a really good putt.
And then I saw he made like a 20-footer on 18. You think he makes that putt if it was to tie it?
I don't know. It's a good question. Probably not.
Yeah. So Saturday, Poston, he's pretty much tied for the lead. He's got the easiest hole like in golf. I think. I think everybody was eagling that hole.
Yeah, I mean they had like a 7-iron in.
Yeah, I know. Poston put it to 4 feet Sunday for eagle.
Yep.
And he's in the rough a little bit, but I don't think the rough affected anything this week at all. And he puts it in the water, but it actually crossed the line. I don't know if it was a red line or a yellow line. And instead of going to the drop zone, he goes all the way left to get a better angle and hits it out of the rough instead of out of the fairway.
And you think he had an option to hit it from the drop zone?
Yeah, because he hit the next one into the water again, and then he went to the drop zone.
Makes no sense. I mean, Hadwin hit it from the drop zone, I think, and he had a really good shot. He had put it right to 6 feet, so I don't know why he wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, so he dropped it in the rough, hits the rocks, bounces a couple times when it goes in the water again, ends up the next shot he puts to 15 feet, misses the putt, makes triple, and that was it.
And then Tom wins. And I know you liked Tom earlier in the week too.
Yeah, I saw 14 earlier. I would have, 14 I would have bet, but that thing was gone quick, and I wasn't making decisions that early. But yeah, I did like him because he's been playing well. Like he played beginning of the year, he was shit, and he's been good the last like couple months, right?
Yeah, he has.
And this is a perfect course for him.
I was happy with my card. I mean, all he bet was Hadwin 35, Hoagie 40, and Wallace 70. And I had a guy finish one shot back.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, and Hoagie stock, but I mean, just to not risk much and still have a guy with a chance to win. I mean, shitty part, there was no real hedge opportunities, like even just to make a little bit back because Tom started so good.
Too.
Yeah, there's so many guys. And then Tom, after 3 holes, Tom was up 3 on Hadwin. I really still thought it was going to come down to those two because they had all the holes in front of them. But and then we had LIV.
Eric Cole too. Before we get to LIV, Eric Cole, what a cocksucker that guy is. I fucking hate that guy so much. I just hate Eric Cole.
Watch him win this week.
He ain't winning dick. I can't believe he shot 9 under.
I know he's not. So we also had Sergio on LIV.
Yeah, so I was in a golf tournament this weekend, and I didn't watch anything Sunday, but I was checking the scores, and all of a sudden I look, and Sergio's tied for the lead.
I got up and watched it.
What happened?
So it was him, Brooks, and Varner all at 12 under with 5 holes to go. And then he had a great shot, great drive in the fairway, had like 140 in and went right at the pin. But it was a right pin, and it was a little bit of fall off. And just the wind took it a little bit too far right and fell all the way down. And he had to putt it up the slope because that grass is just, the zoysia was so grabby that he couldn't really just, if he tried to bump it, it would have stuck in there.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to putt it he made a great putt, put it to like 7 feet, but Sergio didn't sniff the fucking hole. he missed like not way right, but I mean on a 7-footer, didn't really have a chance to go in. He was up early as usual, and then Brooks, then the par 3 17th, which is a really tough hole.
Mm-hmm.
Brooks makes like a 30-footer, and then so he was up 2 with 2 to go, and that was basically it. Then freaking Gooch birdied the last couple holes too. Top 10 player in the world, Taylor Gooch.
Oh my god! Fuck out of my face with that shit.
You know what else I was even thinking about this. Gooch at the previous week at the Dunhill was finished like 143rd.
So weird.
And then
we'll never know how good Gooch is because he's not eligible for majors.
No.
Next year. He has to qualify.
I was reading a lot about the Shipnut book, and they were off. He got a really good deal because they viewed him as like kind of the linchpin in terms of a guy who is still up and coming and rising in the world rankings and all that stuff. So he got a pretty good guarantee to go.
Like how much?
It was $30 million.
That's pretty good. Well, he just made fucking $18 million.
Yeah, I mean he can't regret it. He's
no way.
What's he made, like $60 million in the last 2 years?
Who do you think? Not better golfer, but who do you think made the better decision, Gooch or Homa?
That's a great question. I mean, depends what you value, and I think most people are going to say they value the legacy and stuff, but I think deep down everyone values the money. But Homa's made a good amount.
He hasn't made what Gooch has made.
No, but he's like an American hero now.
Why, for losing the Ryder Cup?
No, everyone just loves him, and he's like his. I mean, yeah, I think. Who would I rather be? I'd rather be Gooch.
Yeah. Let's see. Gooch won fucking 3 times, so that's 12 million minimum
plus the team.
Plus the team, so he probably won 25 million.
Plus the 18.
Plus, yeah, let's say 20 million plus the 18. So he probably won close to 40 million this year.
And last year, did he win twice last year?
I have no idea.
Oh, maybe he didn't win at all. I don't remember. Either way, that's a fuckload of money. Plus the 30 he got guaranteed to sign.
Yeah, and then Homa, what did he win this year?
He won the Torrey Pines?
Yes, and that wasn't an elevated event, so he won, I don't know, 1.5. Did he win anything else this year? He won something else. He won something in the fall.
He won
The
that.
Fortnite.
Yeah, that's what,
That's
1.2?
1 million. Yeah. So he won. Homer probably won, I don't know, 4 or 5 million. They probably did the same thing in majors. Both sucked ass.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I think I'd rather be Gooch.
Yeah, I would say.
You want to be a Ryder Cup guy or number 6 in the world, I guess, if you want to say he's number 6 in the world.
Or do you want 70 million in your pocket?
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. It is. And I'm a legacy guy myself. Like, I'm not always just the go for the money guy, because I do think, I think studies show too, like at a certain point, it doesn't matter how much you make as long as you're past that certain threshold where you're living comfortably.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's a huge difference between 30 million and 80 million, like in the grand scheme of things. And I do think, obviously, when it's all said and done, people are going to remember Homer more than they remember Gooch.
Definitely.
Probably.
1,000%.
So,
do you think either wishes they were the other?
I think both. I mean, you always want what you don't have, right? So if you have all that money, you're thinking, man, I love this money, but I kind of do wish people thought of me the way they think of Homer. And then Homer's thinking, this is bullshit. I'm accomplishing all these things, and my buddy Gooch has 70 million. So I just like everything in life, the grass is always green on the other side. And you kind of always want what you don't have.
Yeah. If Homer starts winning majors, then the answer is Homer.
Yeah. Right.
Gooch
Yeah.
Gooch isn't gonna be in any of them, so
Unless things change.
Right.
Unless, I mean, would you be shocked to see the RNA say they're going to take the top? People are saying top 12 from LIV. That's way too many.
No,
it should be the top 5.
So the big guns have started to just kind of just win all these events. Like the last 4 winners have been Bryson, Cam, Bryson, Brooks.
Yeah.
Plus you have 3 Gooch wins. That's 7 out of the 4. Half of the wins have been best 5, 6 players. So if you look at the standings, you have the top 3 are Gooch, Cam, Brooks, Bryson's 4, DJ's 5, Reed's 6. Would you go lower than 6?
Well, the question is, do the guys who are already exempt, do they get skipped on the list?
I'd say.
Yeah. So usually the way it's worded is the top 5 not already exempt.
Right.
So who would that leave?
That would leave Gooch. Well, it depends on the major.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking at the Masters, Reed is already exempt. But if you're looking at the PGA, you get Gooch, Reed, Varner, and Mito.
I think something like that's fair. I think 5, whether you do, 5 who aren't already exempt, I think is fair.
Gooch would just suck ass in the majors too. It doesn't really matter. I don't really give a fuck if Gooch gets in a major or not.
I don't either. I don't think we're missing much with him. And
as long as we get Cam, Brooks, Bryson, DJ, Reed in these majors.
Neiman,
yeah.
That's all I need.
Yeah, right? There's nobody else I need in there.
I mean, I'd like to see it way for.
I'd like to see that, like Chikara and Puig, right?
But they're not going to qualify anyway.
No, neither of them made the top 24.
And if you think about them as
on LIV,
just say basically they're still in that developmental tour stage of their career. Like, give them another year, see if they can get into that top 5, 7, 10 on LIV, and then see.
Yeah, it definitely shouldn't be top 12. That's way too many. That's a quarter of the fucking field.
Yeah. Which
I'd say top 6. 5.
Yeah,
5.
I think 5 is fair.
Not already exempt, right?
Exactly. And then what do you think about the rankings thing?
A couple things. I don't understand why it takes fucking 16 months to make these decisions.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
It's just like, what? Can't we just come together quick? quick call, get all the facts, and then figure it out.
Yeah, and all the people who say, this is how the process has always been. It takes, okay, these are obviously extenuating circumstances where this isn't a typical
Right.
application. Like you get
half of the best players in the world left for this tour.
What are these guys doing where they can't speed up the process?
I thought it was kind of bullshit. I did understand it, but they just gotta figure out another way to rank players.
Yeah, a couple things. I think they do need to figure a different way. I do think, in a way, it's wrong. I also think that LIV should have been more receptive to changing, and I do go by the line of thinking that the world golf rankings are there to rank the best players. The best players aren't there to conform to the world golf rankings because these tours predate the OWGR. So I think they're wrong in thinking that they need to adapt. However, adapting wouldn't hurt, and I think it'd be better for them and the product if they did adapt a little bit.
Adapt how though? Because the guy said he didn't mind their format. He said the main reason was because of the fucking relegation shit.
Right, which I think they're kind of doing a decent job of the relegation. They're making a big event. They're relegating guys. I mean, is it because they can't relegate the captains?
Yeah, that's the big sticking point. But then you got like if Phil Mickelson was on the PGA Tour, he would never lose his card because he'd just be exempt and everything. It's the same exact thing.
It's just a bit hypocritical because you got JT and all these guys exempt in the Hero World Challenge. You get world ranking points for that event, so you're just giving those guys free. Why are they exempt?
It's because they're names.
So it's the exact same thing as LIV. Why those guys are exempt, and you say you can't give ranking points to people who just cherry pick the best players and have no reason to be there. I mean, you can't say both things. That being said, I mean, maybe it's not the reason for the ranking points. I do think they should adapt to make the fields bigger. And I really just don't like 54 holes. And I think part of that is a big thing why Gooch is winning so many times. Like, there's something about, all right, you work your way that round 3 to get the lead, and then you get to sleep on it. And on Sunday is a whole another story. I feel like they don't really have that. I know Saturday's the last day, but it doesn't feel like Sunday.
Why don't you think they have that? You're still sleeping on a final round lead.
It just doesn't feel. It just never feels the same to me.
Well, it's not going to feel the same because of the norm.
I like the norm.
What about the cut?
I don't like that either.
Yeah, they should have a cut. But would you have a cut with only 48 players?
Go to 60 and have the cut 40. 35 in ties.
Yeah, I like that.
But then you lose a team thing. But for me,
why do they have to lose the team thing? Can't they just say, "Hey, you're fucked"?
They should say that.
Your team needs to play better. You're not going to win this event.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
That's what it should be, and it also should be like, so say if one team has 4 guys through and one team has 3 guys through and only 3 scores count. Yeah, the team that has 4 has an advantage, but you 3 can still play your ass off.
Right. Man, we can make this league so much better.
Seriously, 60 with a cut. I'd prefer 72 with a cut, but 60 is definitely should be done. So now we get the relegation event that I kind of wanted to touch on. I think that will be pretty interesting. You get a good amount of guys in there who, I don't know. I mean, you get an invite sent to some players like, top amateurs that will be interesting to see if they commit. So it's in Abu Dhabi, December 8th. You get the top 32 in the order of merit. You got the U.S. AM champion, who is, refresh me on that.
Dunlap. Is he
Dunlap.
in? Did he commit?
No, he didn't commit. He's been invited. You get the British AM champion, who is Crystal Lampret, who had a good open showing. You get the Latin America, again, didn't commit yet. The Latin American Tour champion, the Asian Pacific Amateur champion, European Amateur champion, top 200 in the OWGR. So they're still using that criteria. And then the top 20 in the WAGR, who is the top amateurs.
Wow. So they're invited a lot of people, huh?
Yeah. So basically, if anyone wants to, I mean, so it's just a risky proposition because now, say you're Dunlap and you want to go, you're like, oh, I would take the money on LIV if I got the opportunity. But now you're risking that PR if you join it and you still don't make it. So then you get just fucked on both ends.
Yeah.
because like, oh, he tried joining LIV, but he didn't make it, so now he's gonna be on the. But I also these guys have much less incentive to try to go on LIV now with the new PGA Tour youth system and stuff, which is why they did it.
Mm-hmm. So we lost. Okay, so the guys that got relegated were Jed Morgan, Piot, Chase Koepka, and Siwon Kim. Westy and Marty Keimer should have been, but they're obviously exempt as they are captains.
Which,
so
yeah,
they would have
sucks,
dropped. They would have dropped 6 guys because they technically had 50, not 48 players play this year due to injuries.
I wish they still could have relegated them and then had them be like alternates and still have an ownership stake, and they have to replace themselves.
Right? Be like,
That
hey,
would've been
we got a 5-man team because we got relegated, right?
Yeah, and you're an alternate, but you could have, it's your team still. You're still getting money, so you still have equity in the success, but you got to find a replacement.
Yeah. But then what if they just don't
And then you
play
can picture
ever?
him. I know, but that's fine. Picture him on like greenside, fucking he's wearing like a fucking Majestics polo or whatever, and like just watching them and like cheering his team on and like coaching them and shit.
Yeah, I just don't know if they're there yet with that league.
Probably not, but I mean, at some point you got to not suck ass. Westy fell off hard, quick.
Real hard.
But I'm not for.
I mean, I could have guessed Marty Keimer was going to be relegated or not make it.
That they offered him like, hey, we'll give you 20 million. He's like, you guys sure about that? All right, if you say so.
Oh man, some of these guys made out like bandits.
Yeah, no brainer for a lot of them.
Keimer, Westwood, McDowell, no brainer. Charles
wins. That Chipnut book I'm reading is really good, man. A lot of good insights to some just behind the scenes and when everything was going on. I really like it.
It's not actually out yet, right?
I believe it's out tomorrow, maybe.
Okay.
Nice. But it's good.
So,
it's good.
Also, so they have the lock zone, top 24, and then the open zone. So from 25 to 44, these guys can just be picked up,
agents.
right? For the free agents.
So that'll depend on if they want to bring their guys back or not.
Wonder where Wolf's going.
I know.
Brooks.
But my question is like, do you lose the team identities here? Like, what if it's like, hey, the fucking Ironheads suck ass. Should we just sign Wolf and then just a bunch of Asians and Wolf?
I guess I don't know. They're losing. Who they lose? They obviously lost Siwon Kim.
Yeah.
Wow, Brooks' team needs 2 guys.
Brooks' team. Yeah. I can't believe. Do you hear what he said?
What that they only have a 3-man team?
Yeah. This guy's still playing like today. He must hate his ass really bad.
Yeah. That's good. That's pretty cool.
I would hate him too. He's
a pussy.
And from what I heard from someone who knows him a little bit, says because he's always fucking smoking weed all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's why he's like anxiety and shit. It's like, dude, if I smoked weed every day, I'd get some pretty bad anxiety too, I think.
Wow.
But I'm sure it affects everybody differently. Maybe he's prescribed that because of his anxiety. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the person I knew that was playing with him wasn't around. It was this isn't a pro either. Said they played around him. He was high as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, like complete space shot.
I don't know how people play golf high. I can't do it. I couldn't do it.
No. Well, he can't either.
All right. So any interest in this LIV event this week?
I would like to bet it if they had matchups. I mean, we usually do really well with the Ryder Cup stuff, like an alternate shot match. If it was, say, DJ and Perez versus Gooch and Varner, whatever the team shake out, like I could bet on those matches. Once it goes to individual on Sunday, I really don't have too much interest.
Yeah, same.
But I like the individual matchups. I think that would be fun to bet on. If I can bet on it. If I can't bet on it, I don't give a fuck.
Right. Like any event.
Yeah, but are we gonna get odds?
I don't know. I mean, not on DraftKings for some reason. DraftKings Massachusetts doesn't allow LIV to be bet on.
No, strange.
So I don't know. I don't expect much out of us from the LIV event this week, betting wise.
No, I mean, but if we get matchups, I'm willing definitely to fire them off.
Yep.
Anything else before we get to ZOZO?
No, I think that's it. Been a rough couple weeks, but I mean, you got to trust the process. We're obviously right there picking guys that could all three of the guys that we were on could have easily won, and we could easily be winning three events in a row. We're still having a winning fall. Doesn't matter.
Absolutely. I mean, we had almost hit Tagala, then Ryder Cup, and then Ben Griffin loses a playoff, and then you get a guys coming in second and third. So, and then Sergio and Liv came in third. I mean, so yeah, we're all over the fucking thing. That's just how it goes.
Yep.
So ZOZO, all right, we're at Narashino Country Club, and that is in Tokyo, Japan. And let me just see, get my preview up here. It is par 70, 7,079 yards, bent grass greens. The course has a unique design as 5 par 3s and 3 par 5s. It's a no-cut 78-man field. You got 60 PGA Tour players from the FedEx Cup's point list. You get 9 special exemptions and 9 Japan Golf Tour players. 16 of the top 50 from the OWGR will be playing. Past winners 2022, you had Keegan at 15 under. 2021, you had Decky at 15 under. In 2019, you had Tiger Woods at 19 under. 2020, it was played at the Summit Club because of COVID.
That was the one Cantlay won.
Yeah. And looking at the stats and stuff, so originally I kind of wrote my preview just about what the course looked like and how it seemed, and players that did well and stuff. But I thought good drives and fairways are going to be really important. But I think overall off the tee, this year I switched the model and switched the preview to good drives gained to strokes gained off the tee, because I mean, looking on Data Golf, driving distance has been the most important factor, which I found interesting. And then you look at the leaderboard, that correlates as well with bombers kind of at the top of the leaderboard. So I think you do need to be a good driver overall. Yeah,
last year you had Keegan obviously won. Buckley, Tagala were in the top 5. Champ was 8th. Xander 9th. He kind of puts it out there. But then you also had like a guy like Putnam battling Keegan all weekend. It was not the longest of guys.
Yeah, I think overall, I mean, it's going to come more down to iron play because it isn't long.
I heard there's some, like, it's short par 4s and long par 4s.
Yeah, like a good mix of them.
Yep.
Then you get the double greens.
Yeah.
Just kind of odd. Just one of those courses. That's why I said it reminded me of Sentosa in Singapore. It looks like the course is just made in the sky and dropped down onto a piece of land. Like,
was that ZOZO grass?
I think it was.
Fucking Brooks was there too.
Yeah. Yep. But
Brooks just fucking loves ZOZO. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like you see a lot of the same guys, but it's like one of those courses. It was just like manufactured, pristine conditions. They get the sub air system, all that stuff, and it just kind of dropped into a piece of land. But the difference, I guess, the Japan golf courses have those million trees.
Yep. So ZOZO fairways, bent greens. You got to factor those two in, right?
Yeah. For
Anything
sure.
else on the course?
No, I think that's about it. I mean, you got to be a precise iron player. Tiger. I think you got to be a smart, strategic player here. Like guys that can just plot their way around the course and make the right decisions and stay out of trouble. Like I think guys like that have 2019 Tiger, Hideki, Keegan. I think all can do that type of stuff.
Right.
Good iron play.
All right. So, anything else before we get to odds?
No.
Okay. We got ZOZO. DraftKings, ZOZO. You got X at 7, Colin at 11, and now Sanjay's 14, Hideki's 14, and Minwoo is 18.
Yeah, I mean, this seems like one of those weeks where the top of the board is big separation from the rest of the guys.
Yes, big time. Like the top 4 guys are just head and shoulders above the rest of the field.
And
But it's not like the best 4 guys in golf, so they're definitely beatable.
They are beatable, and then none of them are playing like that great either.
Correct.
So yeah, they're beatable. But in terms of class, they're up there. So early, there's different odds in other places. I mean, I think a lot is gonna come down to what books you're using and stuff. But for the top of the board, Xander's 7-8 everywhere. Morikawa's between 9 and 11. Sungjae is the best number now, is 16. So that's been beat down.
Man, did you bet anything?
Yeah, I bet 18.
Did you?
Yeah, on DraftKings.
Wow. I didn't bet it.
I also bet a little piece with Better Golf Odds, who I've been following the Twitter stuff. Looks like he's paying a lot of people, so I think people can definitely take that chance with him if you want to. I got a 21 there. I'm sure that's gone, but
I didn't bet him. I wanted to bet him. I thought we were going to get a 20. Maybe we will. I like him.
I don't think we will.
History here. He was 3rd in 2019. Kind of just like that he's playing golf right now and playing it pretty well. Granted, the fields he's playing in are like not good at all. He got the silver medal in the Asian Games or whatever you want to call it.
That is what it's called.
Okay. And the Koreans got the gold medal, and he avoided military time. And then last week he came in 2nd, right?
Yeah,
At the Genesis. Yeah, lost in the playoff at the in China at the Genesis Championship.
I think that was in Korea, South Korea, wasn't it?
Oh, was it? Okay, whatever. He had a 2-shot lead going into the final round, and I'm probably pretty sure he did a lot of Sanjay stuff with that little micro penis of his.
Yes.
So, but looking at the quality of player he's definitely the 4th or 5th best golfer in this field. I don't even think it's that debatable.
Yeah, the reason I bet the 20 or the 18, whatever, and I know you're really high on him, and that's part of what convinced me, but the reason I did it because that's the only palatable number. Like, I think obviously X and Morikawa, I wouldn't say a much better chance to win, maybe slightly better chance to win, but they're 7-1 and 11-1, and I'm never getting there. And I think Sungjae has maybe slightly less of a chance than them, but still a pretty good chance. And that 18-20 for me was like, it just felt like a no-brainer.
Yeah, definitely. I can't bet 14 though, man.
I wouldn't either, but he was 20 somewhere, wasn't he? At some point. Yeah, he was 20 on FanDuel just an hour ago.
What is he now?
Now I'm seeing 14.
What's the best on Minwoo? He won in China last week.
20. FanDuel and BetMGM, he's 20.
It's not even a good number.
No.
What's the best on Decky?
Sungjae's of 16 at BetMGM. Hideki is nothing good there either. 16 on BetMGM, 16 on BetRivers.
I think Sanjay has a better chance to win than Hideki.
Me too. Fowler's been the guy who was drifting. He's down to 20 on DraftKings.
Rightfully so. Why was he 14 this morning when I woke up?
Yeah, it makes no sense. Sahith.
He's been bad. He's been bad, huh? Since
Ricky?
The win?
Yeah, he has. Yes, he was good here last time he played.
Yeah, second.
Finished second, so I'm sure that's why he started off good. But I'm sure nobody's betting him. But 20 on DraftKings. I mean, I don't know. I still would prefer Sungjae or someone else, but a little more digestible.
Yeah, I got no interest in Ricky Fowler unless he was 35-1.
Agreed. And how about Keegan, defending champ?
I don't hate that he was 25 this morning. I don't hate it. I just don't know where his game is. We haven't seen him since the Tour Championship, which he did play well at, right? He played well there.
I think so. He's down to 22 though for me, and then you'd have back-to-back repeat winners.
Yeah, and also throw Brooks in there too, who won at Jedi back-to-back.
So then, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's going to win 2 years in a row. I just don't.
I like Davis.
But 20, yeah, the number 22-20. I mean, these numbers all overall are really bad.
At least he's been playing.
Yeah. So I bet Sungjae 16. I think I would bet.
I think that's the lowest I can go though. I can't go to 14.
Yeah, I agree. 16 is as low as you can go.
Look at Cam. He has 7th, 6th, 40th, 3rd, 7th, the last 5.
Did he play here last year?
Throw a 10th in there too before that. So he has 5 top 10s his last 6 events.
5
Did he
top
play? He played here last year, finished 29th. So
yeah, not bad.
I mean, I guess it's okay.
I think he's good on bent.
Yeah, it's his best by far. Yeah. He gains on bent, loses everywhere else.
Okay, so he does make sense, but I just can't get there with the number.
Okay, and then okay, Scott. He was 20 this morning. Now it's somewhat digestible with a 25.
And it's now up to 28 in 2 spots as well.
Wow, keep fucking going.
He's 28 on Caesars and he's 28 on BetMGM. And I knew it was going to start going up. But I did bet the 25 when it moved on DraftKings just because I had money in there. And I thought, I don't know, on DraftKings it was going to get too much better. Maybe it does. But I thought he was a guy who last night really just came to me as somebody who I could picture winning this event for a couple of reasons. I think, let's see, he's done well in Asia throughout his career. I like that he's been there for a couple of weeks and acclimated. He did miss the cut last week in the Japan Open, but he missed it on the number, and it was a really, really hard event. So, like, he finished +6. He shot 73, and the guys who made the cut just above him finished at like 28 over. So it was really tough
for the event.
For the event.
What the fuck? What's going on? What was the winner?
Winner was -8, but there was like no one really close. I think the guy was like the top 5. There's people over par, so I don't know. I'm not going to take
this event besides Scott.
Just a bunch of Japanese guys.
And Adam Scott. Why?
I don't know.
Something's going on with Adam, man. I think he's. Is he married?
No, I don't think he is.
This something personal going on. Like, I think he's been away from his family. Something's going on, I think.
So Miura irons, are those from Japan?
What is it?
His irons, the Miura.
I have no idea. I'm not a gear guy.
Okay.
That's Mike D.
Let's see. I think it could be something to do with that. I believe they are. I don't know. So I think maybe he's there for that, and some of his sponsors stuff could be over there. But yeah, I think they're Japanese. So that's why I think he was over there. He put those new clubs in play.
Okay.
He put those new Miura irons in play, the Adam Scott signature ones.
Mm-hmm. He didn't have those in play before?
I think the first time he had them in play was Wyndham.
Played well that week.
He finished 7th. They're like these custom irons, that Adam Scott ones. And so there's that, and I think it's a couple of his other sponsors are over there. So I think it's something to do with that. And he played that. So he played the Japan. And I like he's been acclimated. That he got a week under his belt. Didn't play terrible. Missed the cut on the number. Unfamiliar place. He's Instagram said he took the bullet train over to Japan yesterday. So he's there already. Has been acclimated to the stuff. He's won 3 times in Asia.
What's the bullet train? Is that like an underwater train?
Yeah, it's like a crazy little. Looks like a bullet, like those silver. It's like one of the fastest trains in the world, I think. From wherever he was to Tokyo.
Underground?
Yeah.
How far is that?
I don't know. I just saw his Instagram story. He looks like the fucking man. He's like taking the bullet train. It is a video of the train, and then it's him, and he has tagged all these things in it: Louis Vuitton, Uniqlo ambassadors, Rolex, all in the picture.
He just looks hot as fuck too, huh?
Hot as fuck. He's at Shinbashi Station. So, I mean, he's just fucking ready to go. And he's won 3 times in Asia. Qatar, he's won the Singapore Open. Like I mentioned, I thought that, I don't know if it really is a comp, but for me, visually it is. That Sentosa Golf Club, he's won there. And he also won in China, in Shanghai, China. Beat Luke Donald there for something, I forget what. So Shanghai Open or something they used to have.
Okay. He won that?
Yeah.
WGC China?
I don't know if it was the WGC China or not. It was, I think, I don't know, let's just see his career wins. It was called something different. It was before the WGCs existed, I think. Was the Johnny Walker?
Mm.
Yeah, it was a Johnny Walker Classic, I think. On the
Why was he at the Ryder Cup?
I don't know. Maybe like you say, he's avoiding his family.
Man, he looks hot as fuck at the Ryder Cup too.
He does. Singapore Open, he won. So, he's definitely a global golfer. Wins all over the place. I think he's gonna be fine. That's why he's in Japan early. I think he does need. I mean, we talked about earlier. He's not in any of these signature events. He didn't get the invite to the Hero. You think he will be? I think maybe too, but he didn't get the Hero invite.
Yeah, that's 20 people.
Yeah, I know. We get Sepp Straka and fucking
Brian Harman. I can't believe we have to go for the next year thinking Brian Harman's a top 20 golfer in the world.
I know.
We all have to pretend that he is, when we all know in reality he's like a top 40 to 45 player and always has been.
Yeah, and then also with Scott, I just picture him winning here, like 2019 Tiger.
Man, he's just a failure though, dude. He's been nothing but failure to us.
Hasn't Hideki too?
How much money have we lost on this guy?
A lot.
Like more than anybody.
So I'm
waiting. I haven't hit anything on Hideki and Adam Scott. I don't know if it's ever going to happen. And you telling me this week's the time at the ZOZO?
Could be. Oh, B&W PGA.
Play well? He always plays well there.
Yeah, he played. He finished. I want to say. So last few times we've seen him was he missed the cut at Japan. So he's T7 at Wyndham. He missed the cut at the Irish Open. Then he was T7 at the BMW PGA.
So he's going every other.
And then he was cut at Japan. So I think he's might give us another T7.
Good one?
He's due for a good one. But BMW PGA, he gained 6 strokes with his irons and 2 strokes off the tee.
That's good.
So I just think it's a good golf. I think it's a good golf course for him.
Has he played here?
He played here once. I think he finished 33rd or something.
Yep. Man.
He's a caliber golfer. Like if Xander, Morikawa, Sungjae, Hideki aren't in the mix, like I don't know, man. 30-1. I think he should be able to.
I mean, it's much better at 30 than when it was 20 this morning. I couldn't bet that.
I think it's
now I can think about it. But yeah, 30 is a good number on him. Definitely.
Yeah.
I'll bet the 30. Fuck it.
I just got a feeling. I have a gut feeling. Not that I haven't before on Scott. So
I already know who the winner is, though, so it doesn't matter.
we do both know who the winner is. That's right.
Yeah. So 40 range, you got Grillo, Svensson. How about Shank? Shank's been did he play well when he returned?
I don't know. Fuck him.
Okay, not Shank, guys. Bo, he's been kind of around lately.
Yeah, but he should have won last. He's just a fucking loser.
He is. What about Hoagie? He's got some history here. 9th last year, 17th year before.
He does make a lot of sense.
Now he's 50 to 60, and he was 30 in these fields that were full fields.
Yeah, I mean, I get the history and all that, but there's still a little piece of me is like, Hoagie's just gonna win in Japan.
That'd be the stuff of Hoagie legend there.
I mean, he has his courses and stuff, but Hoagie just goes to Tokyo and fucking wins.
The Japs like to gamble, don't they? Hoagie's a big gambler.
Yes, they do. They smoke cigarettes, I believe, as well.
Okay. They definitely smoke a ton of cigs. All right. This guy, Alex Noren, he's 50. I bet him this morning at 65. I don't think he's going to win at all, but I bet him. Is that a good number? I don't know. He's played all over the world. I didn't realize he's won 10 times on the Euro Tour. Granted, it hasn't won in 5 years, but
yeah, no, 60 is a good number. The way I mean, he was, I think, second in the field, tee to green last week. He hit it really, really well.
Yeah, what he finished T3?
Yeah.
In that 18 pack or minus 17, something like that.
18. He finished at 18. Yep.
Okay. Any interest? No.
I mean, I have a little bit of interest, but I think he can definitely play well. I have a hard time seeing him win despite his worldwide win throughout his career. I don't feel like he's that guy anymore. Wasn't there a couple times like over the last few years where he's flashed and it seemed like he was gonna do something and he just didn't?
I don't know if there was a time this past year, but maybe the year before.
Year before. I mean, I remember he was a kind of a hot name.
Okay. Well, I bet him. So I hope he plays well.
Who do you like better, him or Hoagie?
I mean, him at 65.
No one's gonna have him at 65.
He already moved up on DraftKings. He was 40 this morning. Now he's 50.
Say him and Hoagie are both 50. Who do you like better?
They are both 50. Does Noren play there? 17th. He finished 18th. I don't know. Toss up. I really don't.
I see all the reasons you like Noren. It makes sense.
Okay. And then Champ down to 55.
Yeah, we bet him at you got him at 80. I got him at 75 this morning.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean I think he's winning.
I do too. Is it crazy?
No, I don't think it is. I think he's a great chance to win.
He hasn't really crushed it with the approach. But yeah, was 8th here in 2022, and he's showing form. And you want a bomber. And 80 to 1 this morning when I hit it, that was just a dumb number.
It is dumb. In 2022, when he finished 8th, he missed the 3 cuts prior and the 3 cuts after. Now he's in good form.
Wow, this has 3M written all over it.
It does. Like I think it's a smash. I might do something crazy if I still have that 80 available.
Who are we parlaying Champ with?
I know. I think he is a great shot. He obviously likes the course. He's a guy I can picture winning in China too.
Definitely. I think he has some Chinese in him.
Oh yeah, it's not even in China, but you know what the fuck I'm saying.
No.
In Asia.
Yeah, he definitely has some Asian in him, right? Maybe. I don't know. I know he has black in him, but
yeah, I think his hair is a little too curly to be Asian.
Yeah. Got the Asian look though, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's because he's so big into the Nike stuff.
Yeah.
maybe it's for me. That was why I thought, but I can just picture him winning there. He pounds the ball, and when he wins, he just gains so many strokes off the tee.
Yeah, we were regretting not being on him last week. Thank God he didn't win because we both said to each other, like, we love what we saw from Champ at Sanderson, but didn't think Shriners was the course for him. And what the fuck happened to him midway through that Saturday round?
I think he was getting a little wild off the tee, and then I think he. Let me just check actually the round by round here because I was curious about that.
Dude, it was crazy. He was like 4 over, and then all of a sudden he birdied 5 straight on the back 9.
I think he's just getting into the fact that he was even contending there and on a course that really shouldn't suit him at all.
Right.
To me, is like just a great sign. I didn't want him to win, but let's see if I can go round by round.
Does Mexico have Zoysia fairways? The new one, Vedante?
No, but I don't know if they do. But you know what? I looked at the Data Golf closest comp course, and Vedanta Vallarta was second. Or first. Sorry, it was first. Second was Caves.
You know, he's finished 6th and 8th at the first 2 years at Vedanta.
Yeah. That's a great point.
This is a smash play. These are his courses.
Yeah. So let's see. Round by round. Shriners round 1, he gained 3.1 on approach, 1.2 off the tee. So Saturday, he was leading the field around the green. Thursday, Friday. Saturday, he lost 2 around the green, lost 1.7 approach and 2.3 off the tee. So I think he was just spraying it all over the place. Then he got it right back on Sunday. He gained 1 stroke off the tee on Sunday, even on approach.
I don't know if you saw any. I don't know if you saw any of the interviews with him, but you could tell he was in a good place. Like he just had a kid like 2 months ago. Everybody's healthy. He talked about how his game's coming around, and like it was just all positive things. So I feel like he's a good headspace too.
He's a heat check guy. I just feel like
huge heat check guy, and he's a winner.
And he's a winner. He is a winner, and I just can picture him winning ZOZO. Like completely can picture it.
Oh, I bet. First, I woke up this morning. I just bet the 80 right away.
I almost text you the Vedanta thing last night.
You know who else plays well at Vedanta?
Who?
Whoa.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Any interest there? I have no idea what he's doing, but Vedanta, and I just thought of whoa.
I just don't think
100 to 1 on DraftKings.
I don't think he has it in him.
No,
not really.
Okay, fair. Kind of agree.
Yeah, no, I think he's gonna win an alternate event. We'll bet him at Puerto Rico and Corrales.
Okay. All right, so Cam Champ it is.
Yeah, he's the winner.
Would you bet 55? I'd bet 55.
Yeah, I just did again.
Nice. All right, let's go.
I think I'd bet at 25.
We shouldn't even bet these other guys. Just wasting money.
I know. Well, that's why I'm happy with where I'm at. Like I got a couple of guys who I think towards the top will be all right. And I feel a lot better about, let's put it this way. I feel better about betting Scott at 25, 28, 30 when I have the winner at 80.
He's just there to bet, just so you don't have to kill yourself if Scott somehow wins or gets in a playoff with Champ.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm happy with that. And then I bet one more guy.
Hold on, before you get, I think I know who you're talking about, but what about KH Lee? Showed a little something last week.
He did.
No interest.
I don't know. I'm not a KH Lee guy, I don't think.
Me neither.
But I can see that why he seems good, I guess.
Okay. Who else you bet?
Nakajima, 100 to 1. Do you know
down
that?
To 80 on DraftKings.
Wow. I just bet it 20 minutes ago. He was 120 on FanDuel. And do you know that he has the record for the most weeks as number 1 in the WAGR,
In the what?
the World Amateur Golf Rankings.
He does?
He does 80 weeks, the most ever. You know who's second?
Tiger?
Nope. I don't think he was an amateur that long.
3 years.
Was he? Yeah. No, it wasn't Tiger.
I don't know who.
Rahm. 62 weeks.
Wow.
So he was up there a lot when
How is
he.
Tiger not?
I don't know.
Tiger won fucking 3 U.S. Ams in a row
Didn't he only play a freshman and sophomore year?
in junior. He won 3 straight U.S. Amateurs.
Yeah, maybe they might have even had it back then.
Yeah, it's true.
When did the old WGR get made?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. So, what do you like about Nakajima? I think people that have followed us for a while know we bet him occasionally on these Asian events. But what do you got recently on him?
He's been really good lately. When he turned pro in October last year, I think this was his first event after turning pro.
Okay.
Last October, and he finished tied for 12th. Shot a 63 in round 2. So I mean, he definitely likes this course. He played this as an amateur in 2021, finished 28th, which is pretty good.
Oh, I just had a flashback of that 62 round and texting you about it.
Yeah. Did we have him last year? I think we did.
Yeah.
And then let's see what else. He's been playing really well lately. He had like one bad start, but other than that, he finished in his last 4 starts, he's finished in the top 8 3 times. He's
That's
won.
Nice. He plays on the Japan tour, right?
He plays on the Japan tour, so he's in Japan obviously all the time. He's Japanese. He won the Yokohama Minato Championship in August. Then he went T35, T4, T3, T8, miscut, T10. He was T10 last week in the event that Scott missed the cut in.
Like it.
Look at the stretch back over the summer, starting in May. Second, tied second, win, second, tied third.
Right, but just up in class here, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't he on another tour?
I don't know. I think he has to earn his way there. This could be a big week for him, right?
I have no idea.
I mean, I love the way he looks too. He's not a soft-looking Japanese.
Does he look like a young Hideki?
No, he looks more hard. Like, I'm going to share my screen here for a sec. He just looks. He has like a menacing look to him. Let's look at him right here. See that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like he doesn't fuck around. I don't think.
No, yeah, he'll beat somebody's ass.
Yeah, exactly. So I do think that helps in a way. And he's 23 now. Like the last couple of years, he's been playing good, but now I think he's ready to get in that upper tier. I mean, he's the best Japanese prospect since Hideki. So we're in Japan. Let's see what you got.
I think he's capable of winning a PGA event.
I think he's one of those guys who, like, if he's at his best, he can beat anybody, but he's just really streaky.
Yeah.
And is he capable of it? I don't know, but he's a fucking 100 to 1.
Yeah, I'll bet him. I'm in.
Cool.
I don't think there's anybody else to talk about, right? Unless you want to bet Tiger.
No, I don't want to bet him. I was looking at Matt Wallace a little bit. I thought he made some sense. Didn't play too great here last year, so I think those 4 I'm good with. Sungjae, Scott, Nakajima, and the winner, Cam Champ.
All right. Over under the amount of money you're going to win on Cam Champ. 40,000 is the number.
Oh, that's over. That's a smash.
Wow. Let's go. I love
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna have to bet more on this guy.
What time are we gonna have to watch him win?
I don't know. It's gonna be early.
I thought it was late. I thought it was like 11 p.m. it starts.
No, I think coverage starts at like 10 or 11, if I recall. But they don't finish until like 3 or 4. So early. But like
Jeez.
they actually start teeing off, I think, around like 6 or 7 p.m. Like Wednesday night.
I think it's
6 or
11.
7.
Yeah, I thought it was like 10 or 11.
And that's when coverage starts.
Okay. It goes all the way to 3. The tee off at 3.
No. Like
Finish at 3.
Yeah, like Saturday they'll finish at like 3, I think.
Okay, so maybe take a little nap.
Yeah, I mean, if Cam Champ's in, we're not taking any naps.
Staying up all the way through.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
All right, go Cam Champ.
And go the other guys too, just in case he doesn't win, but he probably is going to.
Definitely.
All right, have a good one.